Hey, welcome back to Talon's Oasis. We're here at the Mushroom Resort, and that's because I want a Gray Banner villager. We're actually going to have a technical episode today, but I wanted to start off with this. Something nice and easy. Well, I guess normally it's supposed to be easy, but this clown, well, not specifically this one, but I've traded with a lot of villagers, and I have not gotten a Gray Banner villager yet. Oh, come on, white wool. Oh yeah, here we go. I need some stuff I can trade for emeralds. Alright, we're gonna have way too many shears. There we go. Oh, I don't really use those colors of wool much. Well, this one's kind of grass colored, I guess. The thing about Gray Banners, oh, I actually do use this color for the Mushroom Resort. But the thing about Gray Banners is banner colors don't show up until the very end. So I have to like hard commit to a villager and all of it. No, so close. Why? Why? Well, yeah, you can see how this works. Oh boy. And actually, I've got a question too for any of you guys that are fans of Hermitcraft. With season 10 coming to a close, will you see this already? Let's try it there. But with the Hermitcraft season coming to a close, I was wondering if I could maybe fill in the gaps for some of you guys. So if you have anything you would miss about the Hermitcraft seasons, let me know and maybe I can make some of those things happen. As you can see, I'm very good at making things happen, like making this villager see that loom. Oh, finally. Oh, this has been tricky. This guy does not want to be, what is it, a shepherd? Or more likely, he's just getting beat to the punch by all the other shepherds that claim the loom as their own. This one's got to be the one, though, right? Oh, what is he? It's green, lime, and yellow. I'm running out of unemployed villagers. We're going to inject some new talent. There it is. I actually needed a light gray banner, not a regular gray. Oh my goodness, that was so challenging. It's 48 emeralds per shepherd. 34 shepherds. That's how many. That's 48 emeralds each just to get the light gray banners. Literally no other purpose. Out of 97, literally a third, an actual entire third of the villagers are shepherds. That's ridiculous. But we got one. So let's snag him and bring him home. Okay, and then we're going to pay the structure manifest cost. Let me make sure I have all the correct items. I think I got everything. So we shall pay the cost in our inventory. Almost forgot. I need one structure block. There we go. And this should make a little placeable villager house for us. It did, and it took the correct amount of items despite the errors. Did I try and trigger it twice? Whoops. Okay, I think this is going to be a good spot for it here, so we shall load it in. It's going to be a little covered. But we should be able to put our guy safely in here. And let's give him his loom. Actually, we'll put this down here. I think that's what that lone red nether brick was for. Oh, it looks like he's already warming up to it already. Sweet. All right, now we have quick access to get light gray banners. Although I don't have emeralds on me. Ah, here we are. Sweet. Now I don't have to manually craft the number banners anymore. There we go. Very nice. Now on to the technical stuff. So this is an enchanted boat. Let me show you the enchantment here. An enchanted boat based on some of Skizzleman from Hermitcraft's ideas for enchantments and boats. Like this one speeds the boat up a lot. And it can drive up onto land if you're close. Ta-da! And while those may seem like very, very simple additions, they're actually incredibly complicated. In fact, I have... This is a scoreboard. There's a ton of scoreboards that track stuff. You can see we have to track all of the boat types individually. There's even a brake check option. And that's because to actually get the boat to drop with the enchantments, we have to test for all of the positions in the entire world where boats are. Oh, we can't even see the best part. It makes a position list of each boat, and it has the X, Y, and Z, and then it checks that at that location to see if that boat is actually there. If it's not, then it knows it needs to re-add the enchantments to the item that was where that boat was. And if you're like, that sounds complicated, that's because it is. So they added something new in 1.21.9 that may actually be able to simplify this breaking process. So it's called copy components, and it's actually not new. Back before they even had components, there was a copy NBT option that worked exactly identical. So this should copy from the pale oak boat to an item that we chuck on the ground. So theoretically we can move the enchantments over to like, oh, we got the name. Does it not have the enchantments stored on it? Oh, maybe not. That could cause an issue. That's okay. We can work around that because we can store stuff inside of the boat. Oh yeah, the enchants are stored in the tags. Okay, let's put the data on here. Chuck the button down. And does it get enchanted? No. Oh, but it did go into the custom data. So it is copying it, basically. But because enchantments aren't like a component that can be directly stored on the boat, then we have this like 2-layer thing that we need to figure out what to do with. Actually, let's test the next thing here. So there are loot tables in the game. Like every time you kill a mob, actually it's perfect, it's nighttime. There's usually 1,000 drowned that are spawning over here. Oh yeah. So whenever you kill an entity, the way that the game determines whether to drop something is through a loot table. And the cool thing is you can change that. So hopefully I remember this correctly. Maybe let's do a squid so it's more obvious. So instead of the normal ink drop, we get, well, nothing in this case. Got kind of unlucky. But you could make the death loot table swap over and be a different entity, or as in our case, you can make a custom one. And then theoretically, if we modify the death loot table of this boat, when it drops, we should... Oh wait, we're not going to be able to tell, are we? We need to do it on something that's not a boat that already has modifiers being placed on top of it. Yeah, like a drowned. If a drowned drops a pale oak boat, we know something's going on. Let's make sure it's on the closest one. Drop the pale oak. Oh, he did. Okay, so that loot table is working. Let's modify his custom data as if he had the enchantment stuff that we were doing before. Change his loot table, and bam. So this third boat should have some extra data on it. Custom data, enchantments, skiz off-roading. Okay. That means it works. It's actually pulling the data from the entity and able to put it onto the item. So we just need a way of like extracting. Oh my word, this is going to be so much better. Okay, I might have a solution that works. Let's try moving the data. Well, that shouldn't have been set. That should have been merge. Whoops, I deleted it. Well, this will give us a chance to walk through what changed here. So basically the setup is the same. And then if we kill this guy, we get a boat. And we need a way to distinguish this boat from any other item in the world. And we don't want to just check every single item every tick. So what I did is I gave it a name. A very goofy name. Hopefully the player will never see this name, but then the idea is we can actually track that name. Make sure to put this to be merge. And then if we run this command... Oh, did I put the name wrong? Wait, it can't find the name. Oh, is that because it's the name of the item, not actually the name of the entity? Oh, that would mess this all up. Yeah, it has no custom name. So we have a bit of a dilemma here. We can get the right data into the custom data on the item, but we need to run a command to apply the enchantments. To run that command though, we have to run it off of every single item and then distinguish, this isn't, this isn't, this isn't, this isn't. Oh, this is the right kind of boat. And then we'll run on this command. But because we have to distinguish on everything, I don't know that we're actually saving that much command running power, processing power, than just like saving the positions like we were doing before. So either we use the new method, run on all items in the world, which is kind of painful, or we just stick with the old method and just copy all the position data. So I checked how many times this storage was getting referenced. Turns out it was getting referenced 42 times. So I ended up going with the loot table method. So let's test it here. There should be 2 enchantments on Scooter, which maybe didn't work. We'll just put the tags on manually. And if I remember correctly, it was Rooster Tail 3, not 4. And now, how in the world did he hit me? What kind of range is that? What? What in the world? I wonder if his hitbox like goes over the entire course of the boat. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Oh, what are you doing taking that? I found an issue. Kind of a big issue. If we set the death loot table, it says modified entity data. We check if it's there and it's not. Death loot tables work for like regular mobs, but apparently not boats, because boats are weird. Well, I checked. Turns out death loot table only applies to these guys, the living entities. And then regular loot table only applies to like containers, like chests. And none of them apply to boats. So presumably this is actually a hard-coded loot table, because it does drop an item. But we can't actually affect that, and that kind of breaks everything, so we have to just revert. So much for the choice. So our next project should be a little bit more successful, I think, and it's something I've been wanting to work on for a while. I want to make a way to get mannequins in survival. And so an easy way to track, I think, and one that would make sense, is just naming a mannequin, or sorry, an armor stand mannequin. And then if we place it, then that would like trigger something. Now I have some other ideas of what we can do with mannequins. So we're gonna make a data pack here to contain all the stuff we're gonna do. Oh yeah, it's so weird. Why do you have to have lowercase when you're doing the create thing? But then you can just modify the folder later. So if we place a named armor stand down, haha, it turns right into a mannequin. Okay, so next thing I want to try is, can we put an interaction entity directly on top of it? Let me just pull up the hitbox here. So if we have the interaction entity ride, I've just realized this is a terrible spot for it. We have all these other hidden interaction entities. Okay. Maybe we should do this outside. So I'm hoping that the interaction entity will be lower and not on top. Can we offset that at all? Because you can't normally click on a mannequin, so we need an interaction entity for that. And if it's floating above, obviously that is going to be not working. Oh, we can't have the mannequin mount the interaction entity either. So they have to be tethered together. That's actually a little annoying. That works? Wait, I did negative height and that flipped it upside down? That does not make sense. And it works. And that's all I care about. Okay, now they're definitely linked. Oh, that's really funny. Yep, that interaction entity is sticking right to him. And then we're gonna pull the dialogue from here. Should copy it directly. And so now if we reload and right click, yeah. Very nice, very nice. So we should be able to, oh yeah, because of the defaults here. We'll probably need to change the defaults, and we'll probably need to make it so that this isn't here, so that like a survival player can run it. We also might need a way to get the skin, but that could be hard. Oh boy, I thought that would be an easy swap. It was not. It took a very long time, but it works now, and that's what counts. Actually, something cool that I did here, let's make him standing. If we pull up his data, you'll notice I did something cool to this number here. So this is the helmet number. It stores all the info for 3 separate options, which normally you can't do with triggers. But what I did was I combined each of these in like as an integer. So say we get 1070711. That's a fun number to say. That's not on purpose. But what it does is it splits that number up. So this first one is sort of a null number. The second 2 determine the materials. So where's helmet mat? Oh, right here. So that 07 tells us that the material is going to be netherite. The next 2 numbers are also 07, which is the trim. And that would be the razor pattern here. And then the final numbers, 11, give us the color of the trim, which is just resin. So it's actually kind of a cool way to split it up. The command, if you're curious, is a data modify command. It pulls the stuff from here. And then the key is it sets a string, and you can choose the index of that string, so you can just pull 2 specific numbers. So that's kind of how that works. But the thing here, you'll notice we have a few options, and I want to add a few more options. First one I want to test is, can we get the skin and put it directly in? So we need to actually get that information from somewhere. I don't think it's stored on our character. No. So normally we use the fetch profile. The problem though is that this returns like options to click on, which is no good for survival since these are all command-based stuff. But can we maybe store this in a storage? Oh no, that only stores numbers. Wait, can we put the UUID directly in? Let's try that, because we'll just pull my UUID. Oh wait, I set the texture manually. Do you think we need to remove that? I think we need to remove that. If this magically has my texture, we are good to go. That's not my texture, actually. What? When I removed the name, it updated. Okay, we're good to go though. That's good. Okay, let's see if this works. I reset the texture. So we go I didn't link it in the main thing. Oh, but it's still... Yeah, so we can do my texture. Automatically goes slim or wide. We can also choose to say do Steve, and it'll have like say the slim model, or we can pick the wide model. I included all the default textures just so there's like some options, you know, if people are making like villagers or whatever. So there's actually, you can kind of fiddle around with it. Oh, I'm noticing it always defaults to slim. I thought that certain textures defaulted to different things. I'll adjust that, but the good news is it works. You can actually get, oh, it gets the cape too. You can get your textures, so that's pretty sweet. A cool side feature of this thing is you can actually try out the slim or the wide model of your texture in game. So that's kind of cool. Now this is already pretty helpful, being able to change the textures, but I want to push it a little bit further. I was thinking maybe, you know, if we can copy the texture of the player, we might also be able, oh, I missed it, to copy the motion. Oh, also weird thing, you might have noticed the sniffer trying to push the mannequin, and when it has the interaction entity writing on it, for some reason, you can't push it. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it's what is. Anyway, so what we just did there is we stored some data inside of the entity. And I want to see if we can retrieve it and move him around. Yeah, so we have motion, position, and rotation. So let's trigger those. And kind of like what we did with the boat, we're just going to pull the data from, in this case, the rotation tag, and then slap it into the actual entity's rotation here. So let's get a button. And if we put this on there, we should be able... Oh yeah, it's kind of hard to see because I put the button in a terrible spot. But he's kind of like jumping a little bit like I was when I pressed the button. Let's see if I can do something really cool. Oh man. Wow, that's actually, that's really hard. I feel like that's good aim training. You just gotta jump and then hit a button. Oh, I did it. Okay, so now if we press the button. Oh wow, I must have hit it when I was on the ground. Let's just try it from up here. There we go. So the thing that I'm kind of thinking about here is I've seen people use this for like a replay mod. Why is he falling so fast? Or maybe he's falling normal. He's teleporting up really fast though. But I've seen people use it for a replay mod, and I was thinking, what if we could use a similar functionality and make these mannequins, you know, walk around or jump around, do things that we want them to do. Like we could basically record our actions and have like NPCs that we can control. And I think it wouldn't be that hard to do. I mean, you can see it's just 3 to store and 3 to put it back in. If we made like a list of these, maybe we could stream through it like a, oh man, this might be kind of cool. This is tricky business. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, okay, now it goes to the second. So if we click this button, it should be recording now. And the way we can actually check is if a new entity exists that has the record tag. Oh, he does exist. Okay. So I shouldn't have been standing there because we actually want to record my actions. I don't know. What should we do? Jump off of something. That's interesting. Let's go up here. It does stop after it's been too long, and I don't really know how long is too long yet, but it's accumulating a lot of data. In fact, we could probably see that data. This is going to be so cool if it works. It should be in the movement. Well, that's not supposed to happen. It should be adding... Is it resetting that constantly? Let's make sure the recorder is targeting us correctly. It should say hi as if it's from me. Oh, so that didn't copy over. Okay. Okay, don't laugh, but this was the command. I just forgot to put the interaction tag. It was trying to copy, I guess, everything or nothing. Anyway, so now if we reload, we should actually be able to record, and we can check here. That's a lot of empty data. Okay, well, it's kind of doing stuff though. Oh yeah, there's a lot of it now. That's a lot of empty data that it's not doing. It's working, it's working. Okay, oh wait, let's do stuff. All right, so let's go to the top of this mountain here. Ooh, try a little parkour jump. It actually might be kind of cool to see the, whee! Oh, I shouldn't have flown. That's gonna look weird. Okay, so let's have him just go in the water. Just sort of chill. I don't know how long 1,000 ticks is, but that's the current limit that it can record. So let's just take a peek at it. Oh my goodness. That actually lagged when I went to get the data. That might be a problem. Well, anyways, once we're done recording, we go to the record button and we can do stop recording, and it shouldn't be pulling up any more. Yeah, so we got negative 0.078. Exactly the same. Okay, cool. So now we need to fill in the play thing. Currently it doesn't do anything. So yeah. Now playing should be pretty simple, so let's just go ahead and play it here, and I'll explain what's going on. It's actually working. So the thing is, there's a list, right? We saw the list, and it takes the first thing. And then it moves it to the back when it's after it's played it. So it's like it's constantly looping through this list. It's not deleting anything. Oh, he's going slow. He's like falling slow. That's quite strange. The gliding, yeah. I wonder if I was gliding on some of those jump. Oh, well. He didn't have feather falling boots or elytra. Oh, that's actually pretty funny. Oh boy. Well, I guess we can see the whole process. So we'll place a mannequin down. We get the guy. I'll set it to copy my texture. Oh, that's nice and easy. I like that. But now when we go to record, we can actually copy attributes, armor, which should actually literally affect, fall damage, and held items too, just for fun. And one thing I'm curious of is it has the helmet and stuff, but can we make it visually disappear, but then still have it be on the equipment tag? No, nothing's on the head. Oh, okay. Well, we won't remove those boots then. Okay, let's, I'll do a little record here. And then we'll try this jump again and see if the mannequin survives. And then I'll go ahead and hit play. Oh, that looks so cool. Wow. I think people could actually use this like it'll actually work. This looks a lot less weird than the other one did too. Oh, he takes fall damage. I took fall damage there. Let's see. Come on, feather falling. Yes. All right. He survived. Look at how cool that looks though. Oh yeah, now it's looping again. Oh my word, that's so cool. Did I mention this data pack's in the description? Definitely not in its final finished state, but you can use it in your world right now. And hopefully you can use it to make cool little things, try out textures. You can have guys move around in your world and look like they're doing stuff. I mean, just think about how this could, liven up the world. I think it has a lot of potential. Oh, eventually he's going to take too much fall damage and he might die. Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm starting to get scared for his health. But yeah, we'll work more on this in the future. So if you have any ideas, you feel free to drop those in the comments. I think that there's a lot of potential, types of pathing and stuff we could do. I don't even really know how to do all that stuff, but I think it could be really, really cool in the future. Anyways, I think that's going to be all from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this more technical episode, and I hope you have fun with this data pack in your world. I think it should work with multiplayer, but again, it's in early stages, so it might be a little funky. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later. I just got to see him do one more jump. Ah, there we go. Okay, later for real.